Well, welcome viewers, Dr. JWAU, Senator Babet, The Political Hulk, Episode 1, When the Quiet Voice Became the Loudest Warning. History rarely announces a turning point. It usually whispers first, a speech dismissed, a warning mocked, a lone voice standing against an overwhelming political current. But sometimes strength is not measured by volume, but by the willingness to stand when standing carries cost.
I'm a politician. We all know that, begrudgingly, of course, begrudgingly. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I never wanted to be a politician, not once. All I wanted to do was to be left alone. I wanted the government to leave me alone. That's all I wanted. And they refused to do that. They kept intruding on my life every step of the way. And I thought, you know what, I am sick of this garbage. I'm going to do something about it, which is why I originally put my name on the ticket for the Victorian election at the federal election in 2022. Okay, so I come to you now not as somebody who's been groomed in the political party machine, not at all, just as an ordinary guy who just had enough. That's me, and that's important, okay? Because all of you here tonight, I want you to think about this. If you want change in the country, if you want things to be different, you're gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to do more, because there's nobody is coming to save us. No one. We have to save ourselves. Does that make sense? Thank you, thank you. So obviously, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. You know, it's a privilege to address the Christopher Dawson Centre for Cultural Studies. You know, it's an institution that understands that history is not a dusty museum piece, not at all. It's a living record of the forces that shapes nations. That's what it is. We're standing here in 2026. 2026. What is going on? 2026? I thought, you know, it was 2001 yesterday. What's going on? It's 25 years later. 2000 is when I finished school. That's why I draw back.
Viewers, every nation eventually reaches a moment when ordinary politics no longer feels ordinary. Institutions continue functioning, Parliament still exists, media still broadcasts. But many citizens begin asking whether their country is drifting further from the values that once held it together. Here, in this political, graphic, novel universe, Senator Babet becomes a symbolic political Hulk, not a creature driven by rage, but by an ever-increasing burden of responsibility. Each perceived policy failure, every debate over borders, every concern about national identity, every question surrounding speech, every concern over economic pressure adds another layer of strength, not because conflict creates power, but because conviction does. Unlike the comic book Hulk, whose powers grow through anger, Senator Babet, this political Hulk, grows stronger through resistance to political pressure, public criticism, and the determination to continue speaking despite opposition. The transformation is symbolic, a metaphor for resilience. The larger the political challenge appears, the greater the resolve becomes. The question is no longer whether one politician can solve Australia's problems. The question becomes whether ordinary Australians still believe their nation is worth defending, because every democracy eventually reaches the point where citizens must decide whether they will merely observe history or participate in shaping it.
Back to that. Look, let's be honest. Western civilization is in decline. Can you feel that? Can you feel it? I feel it. We're in decline. Our culture is fracturing. Our institutions, they hollowed out. And the truths that made the West the freest, the most democratic, the most prosperous, the most peaceful civilization in human history are being systematically destroyed from within. Our politicians, not me of course, the other ones, our politicians, our media elites, and the so-called experts, I trust the experts. They're obsessed with the immediate. They analyse polls, they count economic statistics, they chase whatever woke nonsense is trending online. That's all they do. They look at the symptoms, the symptoms. Cost of living pressure, inflation, housing stress, collapsing social trust, and imagine, in their little pea-sized brains, they imagine that another tax tweak or another government department is gonna fix everything. You know what we need? We need more taxes, that'll fix it. You know what we need? We need another government department, that'll fix it. Rubbish. Christopher Dawson, he understood what our professional political class has forgotten, in my opinion, of course, has forgotten. Civilization is not built by economics alone. It's not built by military might, technology, or spreadsheets, color-coded spreadsheets. Civilization is built first and foremost by culture. Would you agree or not agree? Yeah. Culture. At the heart of every enduring culture, what lies at the heart? A deeply held religious and moral vision. That's at the heart of it, okay? Religion is not an ornament to be superglued onto a civilization after it's been built. Not at all. It is the foundation upon which everything else must rest. And I'll elaborate.
Viewers, every superhero story begins with a transformation. Every political story begins with a choice. And the greatest strength may never be physical. It may simply be refusing to surrender conviction when it becomes unpopular. This is the series Senator Babet, Political Hulk. Not destroying Australia, saving it. See you in the next episode. When pressure created the political Hulk.